Half of the increase in the CPI was due to rising gas prices in March, and the Biden administration had been expecting a bad CPI number. Jen Psaki said yesterday, "We expect March CPI headline inflation to be extraordinary due to the crisis." And Biden said, "I'm doing everything within my power by executive orders to bring down the price and address the crisis price hikes. In fact, we've already made progress since March. Inflation data was collected." Biden has noted that the authorization of E15 gasoline in the country will help some people, even if it's an extra $1 or $2 in the pockets when they fill up their gas. President Biden will label his American Rescue Plan as one of the brighter points of his first term in office. It will, with it providing American families with an element of fiscal relief during the difficult times. One part of the rescue plan was the Homeowner Stimulus Relief Program, which was designed to help families continue to pay their mortgages, but at a reduced rate while employment was hugely impacted by the crisis. There are several programs that are providing relief right now to homeowners. Homeowners have experienced income loss in the course of the crisis, and while some have recovered from the events over the past 2 years, other homeowners might still be struggling to keep up with their housing payments, especially in light of recent inflation. The good news is that there's still relief available for homeowners who are struggling to pay for household expenses, and some homeowners could be eligible for as much as $80,000 in aid. So while certain protections like mortgage forbearance have run out in some states, there's still some available aid for property owners thanks to the Homeowner Assistance Fund. That fund is a good $10 billion available to pay for homeowners who are behind on their mortgages and other housing-related expenses. As was the case with the rental assistance funds, money from the Homeowner Assistance Fund will be given out at the state level, but eligible recipients will be in line for anywhere from $15,000 to $80,000. That money can cover expenses including mortgage payments, property tax bills, homeowners insurance fees, HOA fees, and a couple more things. To qualify for aid under the program, homeowners will need to show they experience financial hardships. So folks, this is definitely a good idea from President Biden to do more for the American people that are in need of 4 stimulus checks. If you guys agree, tell me in the comments down below. So everybody, consumer price inflation in March is expected to have spiked the most since December 1981. Driven by higher food costs, rising rents, and runaway energy prices. The Consumer Price Index will be released this week, and economists expect a monthly jump of 1.1% and a year-over-year gain of 8.4%. That compares with February's increase of 0.8%, the highest increase since early 1982. And according to AAA, gasoline prices also recently surged, reaching a national average of $4.33 per gallon. But the Federal Reserve is expected to tighten its policy aggressively to rein in the highest inflation in 4 decades. Markets expect a half-point hike in May, and economists say a hot inflation report could also bring a half-point hike in June. The Fed first raised interest rates by a quarter point in March after cutting the Fed funds largest rate to 0 in early 2020. But the biggest question now is whether central bank officials can successfully tame inflation and stabilize prices without triggering an economic recession. And for some legislation that is being negotiated on right now, lawmakers have been considering guaranteed income programs this year. However, these programs are distinct from stimulus checks as they provide payments each month over an extended period of time. The concept of offering Americans a basic or guaranteed income moved even more prominently into 2020. Since then, a number of cities across the country have been trying their own versions of the universal basic income, like in the city of New York, New Jersey, which recently expanded a basic income program there to 400 residents. Each of the recipients is getting a total of $12,000 over 2 years, and the participants are low income and have to prove a hardship of some kind of stemming from the crisis. The California Senator Dave Cortese is now sponsoring a bill for the state to give no strings attached checks to about 15,000 high-schooled seniors who have experienced homelessness starting from around the time of graduation to their fall enrollment in college. About 183,000 California K-12 students were homeless at some point during the 2020 to 2021 school year. Now, the bill arose from an original idea to pilot a basic income program, the Basic Income Program, at select California State University campuses. I definitely think it's a good idea for President Biden to do this. If you guys agree, then tell me in the comments.
That's progress. You know, folks, thank you. Thank you. Before I begin my somewhat formal remarks, walking in here today and seeing you guys sitting on that beam, first local ever to endorse me as a guy named Tommy Schrank in Ellesmere, Delaware, local iron workers. And asked me to come out to a site. Took me up on an elevator outside. And there's 4 of them, crazy sons of guns like y'all, sitting having their lunch on a beam, I guess about 12 stories above the ground. You're nuts. Thank God you are. I tell you what, you gotta not only have some brains, but you gotta be coordinated to be an iron worker, man. And I was told that they said, you know, they'd done a cutout of number 46, the presidency. I'm the 46th president. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can take it home. That's solid steel, man. And you guys did that on your time. Well, thank you very much. I'm not going to try to take it home. Well, look, folks, it really is, it's an honor to be here, for real. And I want to thank your soon-to-be new, full-blown, full-bore iron worker. Marty's already trying to get her to Boston, but that's another thing I got to warn you about. But folks, look, it's an honor to be here with Vice President Harris and with Labor Secretary Marty Walsh, a proud member and former president of Laborers Local Union 223 up in Boston, and our Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm. Got a few things we're going to build, and I want to thank the Maryland delegation, Ben Cardin, who's been a friend for a long time, and Chris Van Hollen, who's a really close friend and outstanding congressman, Anthony Brown, and other elected officials that are here. Look, all of whom fight for working people in Maryland and every other state, because if it happens here, it happens around the world, it happens around the country. It's been an honor to be with the iron workers of Local 5. We talk about building a future that's made in America. We're talking about you. This time we're going to get it really correct. You know, one of the press persons said to me, and I can't remember who, about 3 months ago, that I don't know if it's factual or not, but he said, you've used the word union as president more than any other president in American history. So let me tell you. I'm not sure that's true, but I tell you what, I promised you you'd have a union president, and I am, because you're the best. Now, we talk about whether, you know, Wall Street built America. They're good folks in Wall Street. They're not bad folks. They're good people all over the country. I'll tell you who built America, the middle class.